Oh, hello. Welcome back to day 2 of the magic of MAGFAST. I'm Seymour Segnet. Do we have Kate in an adjacent room? Can we bring her in, please? Is my Kate there? There she is. Hey, Katie. Greetings. And welcome you.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. Today is how do we describe it, Kate? It's a much more relaxed day than yesterday. We're just kind of hanging out with friends.
Go with the flow.
Yesterday we had...
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Tiny little delay on the line. Today is first of all, I want to apologize because I was hearing that my signal was like a little bit fuzzy, a little bit yesterday. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure everybody here. Raise your hand in front of your computer now if you do Zoom meetings and that kind of stuff. And there's always something, right?
Yep.
And the more important the meeting, the more likely there's something will go wrong. So here at this location, because it's our secret headquarters, we've really invested in, making sure everything's great. We have backup power, we have backup internet, we've got all this stuff to make sure. And then, some little thing happens and you still get a degraded signal. So I've made another change today. Hopefully it's better. Katie's also doing something slightly different today, right? You've got a slightly different hookup. We'll see if that improves. And we've just spent 2 hours, if you can imagine, working with Steve Barnes, our patent attorney, who we were hoping was going to join us today, and we just couldn't get a good enough connection. So hopefully he'll be able to join us tomorrow. He's going to go out and buy a dongle or a wire or a connection or something. But there's plenty to talk about, and this is a much kind of smaller group today. We're actually not putting this out on the socials and everything. This is just we originally thought of the magic of MAGFAST, right, Kate? We were going to do something spread over 3 days, and having said that, people were kind of like, "Hey, I love you guys, but 3 days is a bit too much." I know that's not you because you're watching. You're watching right now. But we committed to doing 3 days, so we thought, you know what? You just hang out. You can hang out with Kate and Seymour, and we'll talk a little bit about some stuff that we do behind the business. Just show you a couple of things that we're doing in a very kind of organic kind of a way. Tomorrow, hopefully, Steve will be here. Michael Mataluni, who does our digital advertising, who's a beloved member of our team. You met him. When did we have him in November, was it, Kate?
Yeah, it was November, yeah.
Something like that, November the 17th. So he's just super smart. And you know how it's the same is true for Steve, actually. You meet someone who's like, their whole life is the thing that they do. So they're not, a lot of people, they kind of phone in their job. I don't think you or I do, Kate, but in the world, there are plenty of people who phone in, what's it called? The Great Resignation, people who are just pretending to come to work, but aren't really. But both Michael and Steve are like, that's Michael, digital marketing, which doesn't sound very interesting, but it's kind of the thing that's driving commerce and driving the internet these days. So
no, it is.
So with a rather short notice, we don't have Steve here to talk about patents, but I've got a few things surrounding me here. You know what? This just came in. Should we open this up together? This came in a FedEx envelope the other day.
Before we do that,
go ahead.
Are we doing the secret words again today?
Yeah. Sorry, let's announce that. Yeah, so we will do secret words today. So the recording of this will be available. But not as many people are going to make it to this as came along yesterday. I don't know what the totals are. I think so. A really good number of people. First of all, yesterday's attendance was one of the highest, if not the highest, that we've ever had.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just in the comments were fantastic. Thank you so much. Today's going to be a little quieter, a little more organic. But if you do the secret words with us today, they will be as valuable as the secret words were yesterday and give you more chances to win in the big March the 30th event. If we can just get this up behind me, Philip, here, the We Trav, we sometimes call it, the We Love Travel March the 30th event. And this is huge. It's like it's just a fantastically exciting new product launch. It's the biggest thing we've ever done. Literally, physically, it's the biggest thing we've ever done. I think it's going to be the biggest thing from a business point of view as well. So we're super excited about it. We want you to come. We want you to bring your friends, and so we're doing this promotion. What are we giving away, Kate? It's insane, isn't it? I tell you, well, we finally settled on how we were doing this a few days ago. I was in the meeting with Kate when she heard what the prize was for the first time, and it was like.
And then I was upset because I can't enter.
Yeah. So the prize is the big prize, the grand prize.
250,000 airline miles.
$250,000 miles. That's enough to get you and someone else pretty much anywhere on the planet. All right.
No,
anywhere
it
on the
is.
planet.
And you can fly first class if you want it. It's plenty of miles to
You can
do
play.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's all you know what the airlines like. It's to do with availability and this. That's actually why we decided to do it as miles, because then you can choose how to do it. You can do more stuff. That you can go a shorter distance first. You can do whatever. And if you don't love to travel, we'll give you 250,000 MAGFAST Club rewards points instead, so you can get all kinds of great goodies from us.
Which is so crazy.
So to get extra chances to win, I'm guessing everybody watching us now certainly got one for registering in the first place for these events. You probably got some some secret words from yesterday. We did 3 of them, and you can find them on the replay, which I think is now live on the concierge page. Check your email. We're getting the concierge page live about now. I'm not sure if it's actually up at this minute, but about now we're getting the concierge page up, which will have the replay from yesterday, right, Kate? Along with videos of you talking about what?
How to sign up at Net Capital to create your account, and how to invest as well.
Right. And I think there's even how to update your account also.
Yep.
This is just because, and today what we'll do is we're mostly today, like most of the content is just going to be Kate and I talking through the way we do some stuff around here. But on the end, we'll talk about the investment thing we're doing next week in case anyone hasn't heard or you want to stay and hear it again. We'll spend a few minutes on that at the end. But yeah, the concierge page summarizes all of that and has the replay from yesterday. And if you go through the replay, watch it, you can find the 3 secret words from yesterday. And then you just go to magfast.com/ can we put this up on the, is Tony there? Can we caption it up on the screen? Magfast.com/ we love travel. Well, can we get that up as a caption? If not, it's very easy. Just magfast.com/ there it is. Magfast.com/ we love travel. And yeah, you get, there'll be more and more chances to win. More and more chances to win. It's going to be.
We'll have 3 secret words today, so be on the lookout for 3 of them.
For 3 of them, yeah. You want to be looking and listening carefully. They could come at any time.
Yes,
there may already have been one, and you weren't watching. So stay close.
Well, I didn't.
I don't think
I wasn't
there
paying
hasn't been,
attention
then. Actually, if there has been one, then you missed it. Kate missed it. And I missed it. All right. So. A lot. Do you remember yesterday when I was showing like everything that it's going to take to ship MAGFAST Air and the limited edition MAGFAST Air? It was that crazy long, like that list of from memory. It felt like it was hundreds of different items, right? Yeah. So here's just like this is an example of one of the thousands and thousands of things we do. I haven't opened this before. You can see it's still wrapped up. This came in a FedEx envelope recently. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. This is one of the things we do is, how's this in the sound booth, guys? Is that loud enough for you?
Sure, Tony
love it when I do that. All right, so this is one of our vendors. Let me get rid of that. Sending us packaging. Okay, and this is for Life. You've seen Life before. But this is a new vendor who we think is able to do the same quality of packaging for us, but at a better price. And so I'm not going to do a full inspection now, but we're obviously looking for the integrity of the gaps around here. We're looking for the quality of the printing. I don't know how you can see this on the camera. Can I get a reflection up for you? There you go.
Yeah, saw it. Yes, it looks great.
How does it look? It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. And these guys are great, and they're kind of and they've done the full package here. Look, here's the internal card, and these labels on here are just showing the name of the supplier, the date that they did it, blah 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 blah, including this. And so we have this kind of stuff going. I mean, one of these days we'll put the wide camera on, and you'll see, like, hopefully this looks reasonably good to you on your device at the moment. Nice clean background, reasonable lighting. Kate looks good. Not much we can do about this, but hopefully the overall thing is good. But I'm surrounded by just all kinds of samples and this and that's and props and everything. So that's just something that we do all the time. again, I mean, there's probably a dozen different samples in here. Here's a company that heard we were doing cables. They just sent these in the other day at their expense. They've shown that they have the capability to do these. Their pricing isn't quite as good as we're getting at the moment, and we're thrilled. I mean, we've got this 4.9 star feedback. You don't mess with that. You don't rush off to get them cheaper somewhere else. We would have to be very, very thrilled. We'd have to be very thrilled with a different manufacturer to make a switch there. So I just thought I'd show you that because it was in front of me. And also, if we can, Philip, can we just go to the above camera? If you go to the above, again, you see what a mess I've got going on here. So this is all what I was just showing you just there. Let's put that behind us. So here's something else that's going on the cables. So first of all, please don't get too excited about this color. This is just some cable that was lying around the factory when they did this for us. But this is, if you've already got MAGFAST Lux, no one's complained about this, but we felt it was like a little too difficult to break out of its. You can see what this is, right? This goes into the box. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the box. Right. So when it arrives kind of like this, right? And people were saying it was a little bit too difficult to get out. So we've just added. Can you see these tiny little tabs on here?
Oh.
So in future, zoom, you'll kind of pull the tabs like that. So that's what that is. And then the other thing I've got here is this, which is the old strap, or the strap that we shipped with the first ones, which, to be honest, is fine most of the time. But we've just heard from one or two people who've had it break. And the truth is, this was an existing strap that our manufacturer had. We thought it was fine when we tested it. Maybe the samples they sent us were better than the manufacturing run. So we're redesigning our own strap. Here we're making it thicker. We're putting our own name. We say MAGFAST across it, and so we're it's one of the things. It costs us a couple of grand to make the tool for it, but we're going to improve the strap in future. And Kate, you in customer care and everyone else will kill me for saying this, but here's what we will do. When we have these, if you send us a stamped addressed envelope, we'll put one of the new ones in it and send it back to you. We'll figure that out logistically. It'll be a few months from now. But we realized this was the one thing that wasn't quite good enough. So I think that's the easiest way of doing it, isn't it? If folks send us a stamped addressed envelope, it'll only cost a few pennies, and we can get them out another one if they want it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. I'm enjoying this overhead camera thing. It's gone out of focus. What else can we show here? Let's look a little more closely at Persian red. I showed this briefly yesterday, but I didn't show it in close up. Look at this thing.
Beautiful.
This is incredible.
I love the red.
In fact, just line up the video of the box as well from our box inspection. We showed it yesterday, but it's so great. So this is it. It's looking. It's a kind of quite a nice, rich. It's a subtler color in practice than I'm seeing on my screen. It looks brighter red on my screen.
I was going to say it's kind of a deeper red than what we're seeing. Yeah,
but obviously, your mileage may vary because different devices show colors in different ways. But it's a really gorgeous, rich color. And Philip, can you just run the inspection that we did? If you weren't with us yesterday, or even if you were, I think this is really, really fun to see. Yesterday morning, there's wonderful Nancy, who's our team in Shenzhen. So here she is showing the packaging for this. Kate, what can you even say?
It's freaking beautiful.
It's crazy. It's just insane.
I love it.
It's absolutely insane how good it is. So that's that. Mm-hmm. And somewhere here, I've got. Thank you, Philip. So I have yesterday's slides available, so I can bring them up today if I can find them. You know how many slides we showed yesterday? You want to guess?
Like 200, right? Something like
269. I just went and checked before. 269. But one of them was this, which we'll just put up quickly here. So this was showing the shipping timeline, which I'll just cover, having shown the Persian red. So the shipping timeline is going to be Lux all year long, Hello Kits all year long, and then Persian red limited edition for investors from November. We think we're going to have that to you probably the first week of April. All right. And I guess while I'm here, I might as well complete this and show you that the limited edition Air, both this limited edition and both the previous white one and the new black one, they're both going to be coming in June or July. All right. What else have we got here? I was going to, oh, you know what? I've got something else. I love like opening the mail. What was it that David Letterman used to do? Let's open up the CBS mailbag, right?
Seymour's Mail Corner.
Yes. So I just opened something up for you. This just came in as well. I'm just going to show you the contents of this because listen up. This is we've spoken about this in our weekly broadcast before, but the truth of the matter is, every day, I don't know what the numbers are, but crazy numbers of people are having their accounts hacked, broken into, they're having their stuff stolen, and it's a really bad business. And we've a couple of years ago, Kate, all right, we did a couple of things. So first of all, I'm not going to give a whole lecture on security. I'm not a security expert, but I'm a kind of an enthusiast, and I think we've done good work kind of here for this company. So one thing is, you got to have obviously a strong password and a different passwords. We actually recommend a product called 1Password, so like the number 1 password. If you don't already have it, it costs next to nothing. You can do like your whole family for $35 a year or something crazy like that. People find it easy to use. In fact, Kate, you used a different one before, and so you were a bit anxious about switching over, but you found it really, really easy, right?
Oh, yeah. I love 1Password. I use it for literally everything. Even outside of work, I use it for everything.
Yeah, if you have a company and you use it for the company, one of the benefits is that the folks who work for the company, they get to have a separate private 1Password for their families. So if ever they leave, then they can still stay safe. And we encourage everybody, like Kate and everyone else, to use it in their personal lives as well. But so password manager, absolutely essential. Any article you read says get a good password manager. 1Password. Some of the others have had security issues. 1Password seems to be very serious. I think Apple uses them, IBM uses them. A lot of people use them. But there's an additional thing that we do. Now we're based around Google's infrastructure. By the way, I just want to say, Kate. I know Kate keeps on looking down there. You'll see her going.
My computer's down there, so if I want to look closer at you, I look down.
Yeah, no one wants to do that. But that's why she's glancing down. I'm fortunate here that I have a kind of a system where I have everything on a screen in front of me, which is why I don't have to do that. So she actually looks more like a kind of professional TV person, because if you watch TV presenters, they're forever kind of looking down like that. So always use that thing called two-factor authentication. That's where you do the numbers. Now, there's different types of two-factor authentication. You can do the thing where they text something to your phone. It's much better than nothing, but there is a way of hacking that. Okay. The next best thing to do is that thing where you have the number generator. You know, the app that generates the numbers. And we do that on 1Password can do that for you, or you can use one of those apps. But because, and look, I mean, many of the folks here watching today are either investors or thinking of becoming investors, and if not, then they're customers who've got their information. You know, like we're keeping people's personal information. So we figure we need to approach the whole security thing as if we were going to be targeted. So in other words, our approach is, supposing like a bad company or a bad actor actively wanted to hurt us, which is a different way of thinking about it than, you know, what if some kids on the internet trying out passwords in 100 different places. So what's the thing that we use, Kate? I have one here, just arrived in the mail, just arrived in this envelope.
I might say this wrong, but it's a YubiKey, right?
Right, yeah. Now there are different brands available. We tend to use this brand. In fact, you know what? Let's put it on the above camera again, please, Philip, and I'll show you guys. So it comes in different forms. This is one of the ones that we issue to folks, and you can probably see there's a USB-C connection in there. Mm-hmm. All right, and then it also has built into it wirelessly, that thing called NFC, which is, hey, look, NFC, which is near field communication. That's the thing when you go into the store and you tap your card or tap your phone and it does the payment. It's using NFC for that. So these things, and they come in different shapes and sizes. Here's a funny little one. Look at this tiny little guy here. This is the same thing, only you can stick it straight in the side of your computer, and it can just go straight in, just go straight in the side, and stay subtly in there. All right, and bring it back up to me, please, Philip. And the way it works is, you can set up many accounts so that the key has to be present to get in. And this kind of thing was a few years ago. This was a real nuisance. Like, I'm thinking 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It was really bad. There was no, like, did you ever have one of those bank accounts where they gave you a stupid thing and you had to? It was a nuisance. But YubiKey and their competitors have really got this thing locked down now. And Kate, you've been using this with us for 2-3 years now. What is the inconvenience level? Like, out of 10, how inconvenient is it to use YubiKey?
Maybe like a 2, just because like sometimes I have it like on my keychain, like on the other side of the house, but it's always like close to me. So
but you don't need it every time you log in, right?
No, not every time. Just sometimes, like if you clear the cache on your browser or use a different computer or something, and that's it. But other than that, you use it once and you're good for a long time.
Yeah, and to be honest, if you had this little one stuck in the side of your computer, because Kate's saying, 2 out of 10, it's so inconvenient. I have to walk across my own house to get my key. But when I realized, maybe if you took your fitness a little more seriously, Kate. I mean, it's only once a day. It's only once a day. It's only once a day at 6 a.m. I think, isn't it, these days for you? I mean,
yeah, that's it.
But let's say it's 2 out of 10. I think it's less than that, but let's say it's 2 out of 10. Okay, what's the inconvenience of getting hacked? It's like
11 out of 10.
It's like, and sometimes people lose everything when they're hacked. So check it out. This thing is as easy as pie to connect to many different things. And if you have a Google account, and many people do, I think it's some crazy, like 60 or 70% of the email addresses we have on file from customers are Google addresses. You can add for free from Google something called write this down if you're watching, the Advanced Protection Program. Okay, Google Advanced Protection Program. And you pair it with one or two of these keys. And this is something that, like, they developed it for, like, journalists who might get hacked, for political dissidents. I mean, this thing is locked down. Like, this is serious security. And if you lock down, and you can use the, I'm just mentioning Google because we use it. Microsoft are very serious about it as well. You can use the keys with them. Any serious system. So just check it out. Anyway, these just happened to be sitting on the desk here as we started speaking. So I thought I would tell you about them. And these are just a couple. We always have a couple of these spare, because when a new team, sometimes it can take a few weeks to get them because of demand. And so we always have a few spare when a new team member joins. All right, Kate, what else?
For anyone that is listening and not really paying attention, I just want to say the first secret word that has popped up is piano. Okay.
Can you say that pianissimo, please, Kate?
Piano.
Okay.
Okay, keep going. I'm not going to repeat it again.
Piano. Why? I wonder why. Is it because the gorgeous new product is piano black?
Probably, yeah.
Let's run the film. Let's have a look at the gorgeous new piano black MAGFAST Air. Philip, can you run that up for us now? Look at this thing. It's absolutely unbelievable. This is the all-new Investors Limited Edition MAGFAST Air in premium piano black. Beautiful glossy contours enclose a powerful dual-coil, Qi-certified premium wireless charging system for all your Android, Apple, and other devices. Place one horizontally or vertically, and instantly our induction system communicates with it to maximize power delivery and ensure a safe, fast charge.
Designed for lifetime durability and fun, this stand doesn't fold down or flip out. It snaps firmly, magnetically, and fast. MAGFAST, both onto the back for simple storage and underneath to stand on your desk or countertop. Air's precision geometry is calibrated to position your devices at a perfect 69-degree viewing angle to maximize your productivity. By now, you already have many micro USB cables like this, but the future is USB-C like this, so Air accepts either when you want to power it by itself.
And of course, we plant a tree for every MAGFAST charger. Available neither in stores nor online, numbered limited edition Air in piano black is available only for a limited time as your gift when you'll invest $1,000 or more in MAGFAST. Invest $2,000 and you'll receive both piano black and alpine white limited editions in this beautiful boxed set. Visit invest.magfast.com now and invest in MAGFAST. So here it is in beautiful piano white and beautiful. This is alpine white, yeah, we're gonna make the black ones at the same time as the limited edition whites. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll go back to the investor thing a little bit later on. But seeing as piano was our secret word, piano secret word, I just thought it'd be fun to show the piano black thing there. All right, Kate, anything on your mind you want to talk about? Well, by the way, you can see we're peddling here because Steve's connection wasn't any good. So we'll talk about patents and stuff tomorrow. Something that this is like a kind of like an interesting thing that I knew like nothing about just a few weeks ago, but we're now doing. Is something called inboxing. Have you ever heard of inboxing, Kate? Inboxing?
Maybe I've heard you mention it, but I don't. You know I've never heard it outside of work.
Yeah. So here's what inboxing is. If you have any collection of email addresses, so whether you're whether you're looking after the kind of church group and you have 36 volunteers or something, or whether you're a large company emailing lots of people, the great challenge when you send out a message to more than just 2 or 3 individual people is that Google looks very closely at, say Google, and because they're the biggest email provider, right? But all of the email providers, they look very closely at the email, and it used to just be, is it spam or is it not spam? Right. Well, we never send out spam. Of course, we do unsubscribes at the bottom of everything. But they're trying to kind of reduce the amount of crazy in people's lives. And so a few years ago, Google and I think some of the others did this thing called the promotions tab. Right. So if you're looking in your Gmail, right, there's the promotions tab and the kind of everything else. Socialism. So several. I switched them off because I just wanted everything in one place. But the great trick for us and for many other businesses, including you, if you're emailing the church group, is that you want your email to land in the inbox and not some other place. People can always unsubscribe if they want to, but we're only able to do what we do. Like you're only here now because you got an email from us, right? If we disappeared off. Right. Into the wrong folder, you wouldn't have heard about it and you wouldn't be here now. And so this is so we recently hooked up with a company. I'll say who they are. They're called Seventh Sense to help us with the whole business of delivering email. And this isn't like a business training or a big kind of lecture or anything, but it's kind of a bit crazy and a bit interesting, because what happens, it turns out, is that Google and the others, when you send out a mass email, they're looking to see how many people open it. Like when the first few go out, they're looking to see how many people open it. And if it is like as a percentage, so they'll send out, the first couple of hundred. And if it gets a good open rate, then they're more likely to, the remaining ones, they're more likely to put them in the inbox instead of some other place.
Oh.
Okay. So what? And if you look at your entire list of people, you're going to have some people who cheerfully and eagerly open all of your emails, And you're going to have some people who never open your emails, and eventually you retire them off of the list, and you just put them on one side. You still love them, but you don't bother sending them email because you want to have as big a percentage of people opening as possible, right? It's for kind of good email, what's it called? Good email health, good email. What's the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me in a minute. Good sort of cleanliness in, keeping a clean. They call it keeping a clean. Here we go. Good email hygiene. That's the word I was looking for. So you have a nice clean email list. And so we do a couple of things with these folks at Seventh Sense. The first thing is they're able to look at all of the emails we've sent out, and they can predict the times of day when people like to open their email. Okay. Yeah. So they can see, this person, and they do it all with, first of all, they don't share data between companies at all, which is good for you as that's a good privacy practice for you as a consumer. It means that none of the information that we have is ever shared with anybody else. Of course, when we started with them, we were hoping we were going to get the benefit of of all of their data from other companies. So what they can do is they can look at the pattern. They can say, you know what, Sally is more likely to open at 2 p.m. Eastern, but George is more likely to open at 11 a.m. And you may have noticed over the last few weeks that you're getting email from us at different times of day than in the past. We used to just email everybody at 3:30 in the afternoon or something. Now we email spread across the day, trying to send it at a time that's more convenient, more likely to be seen, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of interesting. So if you're a marketer of any kind, Seventh Sense, we love them. Small company, smart, really care about their customers. It's not. The service is a few $100 a month, but really worth looking into. But the other thing I was going to show you, and is we're going to do a MAGFAST live first now, Kate. Okay.
Oh.
Have we ever done this before?
No, is that a whiteboard?
It's a whiteboard, or it's about the sort of top third. It's kind of the top third of a whiteboard. It goes on further down, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it any taller than this, because I just thought it'd be fun to show you. If you're watching this now, you're going to be getting email from us today, telling you about the concierge page, and so on, and with stuff that's to do with yesterday's presentation and so on. You're beginning, obviously a bunch more emails over the next week or two as we do the share offering and on our way towards March the 30th. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to show you how. Let me just draw this diagram for you. So what we have is first of all, we don't email everybody. All right, the emails that are going out today are only going to our investors and to people who registered to attend the event, the three events, but mainly yesterday's big event. And then we're also sending it to other people who've opened our email within the last couple of weeks. Okay, so we're sending it to people that we know are pretty interested, right? Mm-hmm. Active and interested. And that what does that mean? It means that the open rates are going to be good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me show you what we're doing. So we got all those people coming in. Now, here's how it goes. We put everybody into the funnel. They come down here and they go into a little box, and this is basically the when box. Okay, so this system, this Seventh Sense system, it figures out when should an individual person get it. So if Kate's coming in here, it says, well, when should Kate get her email? All right. Yeah. Then it comes down here and it spreads out like this. Just watching the screen to make sure I see it. I've still got plenty of room here. All right. And here's how it goes. This tree divides up. And if you're an investor, you come down here and you're going to get your email sent at whatever is considered to be the best time. Seventh Sense chooses the best time. Right. And if you're an investor, you get a different email than if you were someone who, sorry, this picture's so dreadful, than if you were someone who registered. Right? So all investors go first. If you're not an investor, then we look and see if you registered for the event. Yeah? And if you didn't register the event, we look to see if you opened in the last 14 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck to anybody who just gets a screenshot of this is trying to figure out what I'm talking about. But can you see it says investors, reg, and I can do it. 14 days. Yes. Right. Now, of course, many investors. So it goes in order. So if you're an investor who opened in the last 14 days, you're going to get this one here, right? If you're not an investor, but you registered, you're going to get this one. Otherwise, 14 days here, and there's an email here. And investors get a different email than everybody else, right? This email acknowledges the fact that you're an investor, says thank you, asks you if you want to invest again. And it's so clever that inside the email, we've got paragraphs that only appear if you're someone who's due to get a limited edition Alpine White Air, or due to get a Persian Red. So we've got a paragraph that says, hey, your Persian Red is blah, 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 but those only appear for investors who are due to be getting those, because not all investors are getting either one or both of those. Am I making sense, Kate? You must stop me if I'm not. Yeah?
No, that does make sense. That's really cool, though.
Yeah. So this email here, if I pull it out, right, it's got the header and everything here, blah, 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 blah. But there are sentences in here that's only for the Alpine White people. And then there's another one here. I've got one other color here. I'll use it judiciously. And then there's another paragraph here that's only for the Persian Red people. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. So even in the email, it's understanding who it's going to. Now, this one, we're sending them all at the same time, because we know that these people are interested and are going to open in decent numbers, and therefore Google and the others are going to treat us well. All right. These guys, which is you watching right now, if you're watching now, you're almost certainly in one of these two categories, right? Because you wouldn't know about if you opened our email in the last 14 days, but you never got registered for the event, right? You wouldn't even know to be here today, Friday. Right. So, but these guys are both getting the same email, right? The actual email that goes out is the same email, because we basically have the same things to say. Yesterday's event was great. Lots of people showed up. It was great fun. The comments were amazing. Thank you so much if you were in the comments section yesterday. The comments were absolutely incredible, off the charts. It's wonderful. Have you seen the have you seen Piano Black yet? It's gorgeous. So we basically have the same things to say to both of these groups, right? Because it's not divided into who showed up and who didn't show up. It's divided into registered in 14 days. But obviously, registered folks are more engaged than people who've opened in the last 14 days. And so look at this, Kate. Look at this. In here, we have a 2-hour delay. 2-hour delay, which I think you actually can read the way I've written it now. We have a 2-hour delay there. So here's what happens. This email goes out. I can't remember what the headline is, but it's like, did you see this or something or other? So this email here, in fact, maybe it's better if I draw it like this now, because we've got one email for those guys, and then we've got the same email. You remember I said it's the same email for the two different groups? Mm-hmm. We've got the same email going here, right? Blah, blah, blah. Right. But so we send it first of all to our registered people who we know are going to open in good numbers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're going to open in good numbers. Google and co are going to go, this thing's legit, which it is, right? And therefore, when they start sending it to the 14-day folks who are less likely to, they open our email. I can say they because they're not here right now because they didn't register. Does that make sense? So when when Google and the others start delivering to the 14-day people, 14-day openers, all right, they will position the email better in people's inboxes. They're less likely to be in the promotions tab, very, very unlikely to go to spam or one of those other tabs. They're much more likely to be in the inbox. And then something amazing happens. Because now the emails to these people are getting treated better because of the way these people opened it, more of these people will open it and the overall reputation of our email gets better. So all of the email we send in the future is more likely to be delivered. Boom! How about that?
That's I feel like you need an email science degree for this.
I tell you, it's kind of insane. I'm going to put that out of the way because I'm rather embarrassed with my penmanship. But I hope that if you're watching, if you run any kind of business, or you're just interested in stuff. I mean, I think it's like you watch Discovery Channel sometimes, how things are made. You think, well, I don't care how submarines made, and then all of a sudden, after half an hour, you're like, oh my God, this is fascinating, right?
Well, it's
So
funny
that's
because I've been watching Forged in Fire a lot recently. It's how people make knives. It's so interesting. I love it.
I will keep that in mind before my next trip to Austin, Texas. Yeah. So that's a little bit of email delivery. I mean, it winds up being it's critical because the overall business model. In fact, let's bring this back in again for a second. I will wipe my embarrassing work off. But let's talk about, because we said we'd do a little bit for investors towards the end. So let's just segue into that and let me explain. So here's the business model overall, right? We run ads. Okay, we run ads on the internet, right? And what happens then? People come to a landing page of some kind, right? Now, most of the time we've done, hey, would you like to join us for a presentation? That's the way we've mainly done it in the past. But it could just be a page where something is offered for sale, or a blog. Probably not a blog. You probably wouldn't pay to send people to a blog most of the time. So what happens here is that people, they get onto the mailing list, right? They go into the mailing list, right? And we just saw that there's all kinds of different groups within the mailing list, all right? But the big two within here, I guess it's three really. It's basically you've got investors, you've got customers, and you've got what you call leads. In other words, people who are not yet customers, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But what we do nowadays is that we now use MAGFAST Lux at what we call the top of the funnel. So we now, most of our advertising is now to get people to come along and check out Lux and basically become a Lux customer. Now, it's very expensive to run ads. We're working on getting the cost of the ads down. We're doing some really clever stuff. The cost of getting customers has gone down a lot in the last few months. We're really excited about that. But once you've got a customer, if you can develop the relationship, which is what we were talking about yesterday, you can then offer other things. Shares is unusual for companies to offer. We're fortunate that we're able to do that. But we're not in the business of shares, right? We're in the business of business, and we're just offering shares. What we do want to do is to then offer other products and services to folks once they're customers. Well, what does that mean? It means emailing the people whose emails you've already got. So if the emails aren't getting into people's inboxes, does this make sense, Kate? You spend all this money to get a customer, but if you can't then talk to them again efficiently, right? Because if you send out 1,000 emails, some of them will always get there. But isn't it better that like 900 of them go to the inbox than 90 of them go to the inbox?
Exactly.
So the whole business is the business is predicated on paying to get people in with ads in the first place, but then basically using email to drive people onto other products, right? And we've got the March the 30th exciting new product, right? And here's the thing: when we launch whatever it is coming up on March the 30th, we will only be launching it using email, all right? Down the road, sure, we'll run ads and stuff. We'll do other things with it, but when we launch it, it's just going to be to our email list. So getting email into people's inboxes, absolutely essential. All right, so that just gives you another little insight into the kind of the way the business is. And another thing we do, as Kate can attest, is you can actually reply to our emails, and you'll get a human replying to you, right? Yeah.
Yes. When we're really busy, we do have a little auto reply that just says like, "Hey, we have your email. We'll get back to you." But that doesn't take the place of a human, I promise.
Yeah, and it's not usually on. It's been particularly busy recently, so it's been on a bit more of the time. But it's only just good management. It's not the plan isn't to have it there the whole time. And look, to be honest, especially now with Chat GPT, in other words, now that automated systems can become some level of intelligence. We're looking at how to use that in a way that enhances customer experience rather than, we don't want to go down some, you get a stupid dumb reply, everybody hates that. But for simpler questions, if we can give people faster, accurate results, like if someone's going, if a system can clearly read an email instantly and determine that someone's having trouble logging into their account, isn't it better that they instantly get a response that helps them than they wait for 20 minutes or half an hour, or if things are busy, several hours to get a human reply? So we're looking at all of that, but we take a very sort of I think judicious approach to it. We want to make sure we get it right. So there you go.
Real quick, I want to say that the secret word number 2 is air.
Okay.
Air. Just so y'all know, my microphone is down here, and that's why I'm like leaning forward like that.
Mine's up here. My microphone.
Okay. Do we want to reiterate what we talked about yesterday with investing and stuff in the different perk levels?
Sure. Let's go over that quickly for folks who didn't see it or would like to see it again. Let me just remember, I've got 269 slides here. I've got to find which ones to put up.
Oh no!
You know what? I think here's what we'll do. Let's just do it. Let's just do it quickly. It's Friday afternoon. People want to be kind of thinking about getting home and that kind of stuff. If you're not already working from. By the way, there's a graph I didn't show yesterday. Let me see if I can find this. This is crazy. I was about to say, I was talking about people commuting just now. I said, if you want to go home, you're probably already at home working from home. Let me see if I can find this graph that I didn't show yesterday. That's air travel. Where the hell is it?
Your mind switches gears so fast. It's hilarious.
Okay, so this is crazy. Pull this back up on the screen. Can you pull this on the screen, Philip? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is office occupancy from the pandemic until now. So over on the left, you see it's at 100%. So that's the level before the pandemic came along. Look at this. Average across the nation, only half. So that means that everybody in an office, on average, has twice as much space as they had before, unless the company has reduced the amount of space that they're renting. Office occupancy is half what it was before the pandemic, and it's crazy. 50% on average. It's higher in some Austin, Texas, where you are, Kate. It's more like 60%. More like 60. San Jose, California, down around 30%. But work from home is just this major new normal now, which to you and me is like, yeah, we've always done that. But for huge numbers of people, it's a complete transformation in their quality of life, and it's really interesting to see it play out. The amount of kind of resistance from folks of going back to the office, and companies trying to figure out.
Also, working from home isn't for everyone, though. It is hard because then you're at home all the time and all of your pets are there. And then you're sitting on the couch working and you look at your kitchen and you're like, wow, I really need to clean that. So it is hard. And sometimes I wish that we had an office for MAGFAST that I could go to and hang out and socialize in.
So we've just learned that Kate keeps a dirty kitchen, and I wonder what the average number of pets is in the average home. And we have a couple of cats here. Some people love the dogs. It's probably for pet households probably 2 on average across 1 or 2 across all households. How many do you have, Kate?
3 cats, 2 dogs, some lizards, and some frogs.
Kate has the little blue screen behind her set up in a little kind of home studio, and I think I'm right that if you reach out with your left arm, is there not an aquarium over there with some little guys in it?
It moves a little bit further off to the other wall, but yes, there's actually 2. There's a paludarium and an aquarium and a big fish bowl with like a plant in it that actually eats flies.
Whoa! What's the difference between a paludarium and an aquarium?
So the paludarium is for frogs. So it's not underwater. There's plants, dirt, all the things in there, but it's not filled up with water. There's some water in it. And then the aquarium obviously has like fish.
It's full of water. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You learn something every day. All right. Anyway, I thought that was fascinating. And so for us, as we look at new MAGFAST products that we can develop more quickly, we can find products that are, in some cases like the cables, all of the technology is already developed. We can put a MAGFAST. We discovered if we can take existing product like cables and add the MAGFAST magic to it and get and be the best cable from a business point of view, that makes a lot more sense than struggling with something hard for a bunch of years. So I think work from home is really interesting. I'm not giving anything kind of away here. It's certainly not what we're doing on March the 30th, but I think work from home is clearly a kind of permanent category. And I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's already there's kind of like webcams, for instance. They're still not that great, most of them. And certainly at the beginning of the pandemic, most companies were selling ones that they'd had for like 5, 6, 7 years. They hadn't improved them at all. So I just think there's stuff to be done on that. All right, let's go back to. Now I've got to scroll back and find the slide that I was on a little bit earlier on, out of 269 of them. Okay, let's start with this one. Okay, Philip, if we can bring this one up, maybe put Kate in the bottom and put it up alongside me. Well, however you want to arrange it. So, 4,676 customer investors at the moment, many of whom are watching now. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to join us again, that's amazing. Although I was writing an email earlier on today, any investment in a small young company, even one that you love as much as us, you need to be very, very careful and not invest a penny that you can't afford to lose. Super important that. I mean, I'm as bullish as we've ever been. You remember I mentioned that the changes in advertising have been going on recently. I'm super excited about some stuff I'm seeing there at the moment. But that me being excited is not the same as you being safe in your retirement. All right, so let's be super careful about it. So, 4,676 folks to date have chosen to invest in MAGFAST. What we do is that even though it's actually been possible for the last couple of months, it was possible to go to Net Capital, and every day, every couple of days, different people will be investing there. Every now and then we do a sort of just a period where we kind of where we jazz it up a little bit, and we're about to do one of those. So I think at Net Capital right now, the invest button is switched off while we get ready for which day, Kate? Valentine's Day.
Yes.
She was looking at her computer. She was looking at her computer and not listening to.
But then I guess I zoned out while I was watching. But yes,
Really?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day when? At 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. All right. So,
yes.
So here's what we're going to do. If it's appropriate for you and you'd like to invest $1,000 or more, we're going to do, and we'll have Philip play the video for this in just a second. We're going to do this incredible piano black MAGFAST Air. We've never done black before. I have to tell you, you're going to want to keep a polishing rag handy, okay? Because obviously fingerprints show more on black than they do on white. But this thing is just. It's going to be fantastic. A lot of excitement about it online yesterday, Kate, in the comments. Yeah.
Oh yes, people were very excited. They said it looked sleek and classy, and all the words that I would also use to describe it.
Okay. All right. So that's if you're able to do $1,000 or more. If $2,000 or more is your flavor, then we will do both the piano black and an alpine white, and we will put them together into, see on the left-hand side of the screen there, into a boxed set. Okay, we'll put them both into a boxed set, which is just
what about those that invested in 2021 and got a limited edition Air?
All right, so we know that question is coming up. So that question is, will I get them together in the box? And the answer is yes, you will. Yes, you will. If you have already invested and you're due to be getting an Alpine white, it's going to be the same production run. We're going to make the white, then we're going to make we're going to clean out the mold, and then we're going to make the black ones. All right. So they'll be made together. They'll be manufactured together. They will be shipped together. And so, provided if you come back in this time, and let's just put the starting date up on the screen there. If you come in this time, starting Tuesday, February the 14th, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. If you come in again this time at the $1,000 level, so now you're getting the black one, you're already due to get the white one. As long as you come in on the same net capital account, so with the same stuff, so we can see it's the same email, we can see it's the same people, we will box them up and you will get them together in the set. If you, God bless you, if you do it under a different name or we can't match them up, then they will not come together. They will come. They'll come in individually. But yes, that's the very least we can do to say thank you to folks who've been waiting all this time. The reason you've been waiting is because we weren't happy with the product until now, and we think. What is it? Chris Hawker says, a delay is temporary, but quality is permanent, or something like that. I forget exactly how he says it. So we want to make sure that, as best we can, we're shipping 4.9 star kind of products all the time. I'm not sure we'll always make it to that level, but we want to be way up there in the top of the fours. So yes, you will get them both together. And in terms of the timing of all of this, this is what we've got on the docket now. We're looking at hopefully end of June, but certainly first part of July. To get these into your hands, okay? To get them into your hands. Now, I'm just going to pause for a second here because there is another secret word has snuck in, possibly unnoticed, and it's this right in the middle on the back of our products, transparency. It's also the way we like to run the business, by being transparent with you. But secret word number 3 today. Okay, so this is, what is it, February the 10th today? Yeah, February the 10th. Yes. February the 10th, secret word number 3 is transparency. Transparency. All right. So let's quickly do this. 7 reasons you might want to invest. We have a huge fan base and a great relationship with them. You know that. That's why you're here now. Large numbers of followers and fans, thrilled customers. The mailing list, I was talking about, it's not there anymore. I was talking about the mailing list earlier on. It's now up to a little bit under 250,000. It's way over 200,000 now. Super innovative products. We've shipped 50,000 units now to very, very enthusiastic customers. Best-in-class ratings for the company on Trustpilot. And for the products, 4.9, as you know, for Lux. We've got these cool products that we're about to show. We've got something super cool coming on March the 30th, and sales of a little over $16 million. So that's something right there. And now, right at the moment, we've got these incredible perks. Other quick rules of the road that I want to do. Let me put the slide up over my shoulder here. I want to just quickly talk about. Excuse me. Let me find my slide here. So the SEC runs the whole thing. Right? Remember, this is the Securities and Exchange Commission. They limit the amount of shares that we're able to offer. We're actually working to go into another category with them at the moment, but we've met all of the requirements for what's called this Reg CF category. Full 2 years of audit, all of that is available through the Net Capital site, but they restrict the number. So what we're saying is, if you want to do this on day one, if you'd be gracious to limit your investment to just $5,000 on the first day. I know many people want to do more than that, and many people want to do less than that. But if you want to do more, if you could limit it to 5K on the first day, we can't enforce it. We're just asking as a courtesy if you would do that, so as many folks get a chance to be in as possible. And even at 5K, we've got room for less than 900, I think it is. Just going to say it again. Only invest in MAGFAST or any other small company if this is right for you. There's all kinds of uncertainties. We're super cash hungry at the moment. All kinds of, there's many a slip, as they say, between cup and lip. So you need to be very, you need to be able to sleep very, 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 very well if you put any money into us or into any other companies, especially any other small company, because investing is always risky and not always rewarding. Yeah. All right. Let's just put the key dates up on screen real quick. So today, around about now, the replay and the packet are going up. The emails are going out. We'll give you the link to the concierge page. By the way, when you get to the concierge page, I don't know if you're going to remember the old one. The new one, oh my God, you can just see the upgrade. We've got a fantastic new lady helping us. You might have seen her briefly on screen yesterday. Eleanor joined our team recently. She's a European national. Just really just simple work that's helping us to elevate our game. So we're thrilled about that. She's actually responsible for this bright yellow you're seeing all over the place now. Even these slides kind of look better as a result of it. So concierge page, we're going to be sending you with emails today. All right, and then the whole thing's going to kick off on Tuesday, 9 Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. That's when, because we always like to give people a few days to consider it. We don't want anybody to rush into it. Give you a few days to read the materials, and if you want to, we'll kick it off on Valentine's Day. And then whether we fill up or not, there's going to be a price rise of the equities on Friday 24th. Yeah.
If you try and invest before noon on Tuesday, you won't get the perks. I know people always have that question. If I invest early, can I get the perks? And if I invest late, can I get the perks? Please, if you want the perks, noon Eastern on Valentine's Day, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're not going to give it to you if you do it early.
We've the button is hidden at the moment to stop people getting in, so it shouldn't be possible before then.
Well, you never know. People figure it out.
You never know. With technology, you never know. I mean, this whole show we've just done. We've been entertaining you for an hour now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Kate has at least. But we were expecting to have a guest until literally minutes before we went live, and the connection was failing over and over again. So hopefully we'll get Steve Barnes along with us tomorrow. All right, a couple of other things we should just do quickly, because I got a couple of other videos here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this again. Let's wrap up Kate and I. But for folks who want to stay on for just another few minutes, we'll quickly show you our little video of people who've invested in MAGFAST. So you can just regular folks who picked up a cell phone or whatever and recorded a little video for us. Let's run, Philip, the video again of Piano Black Air. And then on the end of that, if you don't already have a Net Capital account, Kate, what should folks do? Right, they should go to magfast.com/setup, I think it is, right? Magfast.com/setup.
Yes, and sign up and get your account all ready.
Yeah, it's free. It's free to sign up. There's no obligation, but you can go set up. What was the advice we gave yesterday? Do not use their wallet feature. Don't try and transfer money into the account in advance. Just set up your bank account and set up a credit card. That means you're ready to move quickly.
And watch those how-to videos on the concierge page, because those will help you as well. They're up. I just checked. All the how-to videos are up. So go and watch those. It'll tell you how to create your account and what to do when you're setting up to invest. So they're very helpful.
Yeah, and it's Kate, so it's delightful. And Philip, why not run the how to set up Net Capital account? Run that in just a minute on there. So Kate and I, bring Kate up beside me, please, Philip. Kate and I are gonna say a fond. Let me get rid of that thing behind me. Kate and I are going to say a fond farewell. Philip will run some videos for you now. We'll see some other people who've invested in MAGFAST. We'll run the beautiful the video which Philip made. The beautiful video of Piano Black Air, and then also we'll run Kate's how to set up your Net Capital account video. Deal?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks
guys.
So
much. See you same time tomorrow. If you're free, come join us on Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. See you then. Bye.
I invested in MAGFAST because I loved the products themselves. They're absolutely stunning.
I believe in your product, and I believe in all of the work that you've done.
I saw it, and I can see your vision. I can see your creativity, and that inspired me to want to create and invest in your company.
You guys are ahead of your time for affordable power. You guys are the way of the future.
Seymour is so honest with all of us.
There's been nothing but
decent, ongoing, and consistent communication.
It is just the most amazing operation I have ever experienced.
I trust and believe that the company will make the right decisions that will not only benefit the company, but also the consumer investors like me.
I am fully committed, and I really believe that this is going to be an amazing product.
And we're both so very excited to be part of the MAGFAST family. Thank you, Seymour, Kate, and your whole team for everything you do.
I've invested twice now, and I will invest again given the opportunity.
I'm looking forward to what MAGFAST is going to do in the future. I'm so glad that I'm an investor.
This is the all-new Investors Limited Edition MAGFAST Air in premium piano black. Beautiful glossy contours enclose a powerful dual-coil, Qi-certified premium wireless charging system for all your Android, Apple, and other devices. Place one horizontally or vertically, and instantly our induction system communicates with it to maximize power delivery and ensure a safe, fast charge. Designed for lifetime durability and fun, this stand doesn't fold down or flip out, it snaps firmly, magnetically, and fast. MAGFAST, both onto the back for simple storage and underneath to stand on your desk or countertop. Air's precision geometry is calibrated to position your devices at a perfect 69-degree viewing angle to maximize your productivity. By now, you already have many micro USB cables like this, but the future is USB-C like this, so Air accepts either when you want to power it by itself.
And of course, we plant a tree for every MAGFAST charger. Available neither in stores nor online, numbered limited edition Air in piano black is available only for a limited time as your gift when you'll invest $1,000 or more in MAGFAST. Invest $2,000 and you'll receive both piano black and alpine white limited editions in this beautiful boxed set. Visit invest.magfast.com now and invest in MAGFAST.
So here is how you set up your Net Capital account. Just a couple of things before we start. First, this will be super quick and super easy. The whole thing will take 2 or 3 minutes tops. Second, you'll be setting up your investor account on Net Capital's SEC-approved secure investment site. None of your information is passed to us at this stage. They'll just give us the list of investors once everything's complete. So it's all super private, and we will set this up right away. Okay, so here is your first screen. It's nice and simple. You just enter your first name here, and then your last name. Exactly the way they appear on your driver's license or passport. And then you'll enter your email address here. Be sure to use an email address you can access right now because you'll be getting a code very soon. And then you'll enter your cell phone number here, your mobile number. You'll see that the country code is already preset to +1 for Canada and US. So just adjust this if you need to, if you have an overseas number. And then you'll click sign up right here. So then you'll pop over to your email. Net Capital will automatically send you an email to the address you just put in containing a 6-character confirmation code. So, and real quick, let me scroll up and show you the subject so you know what it says. It'll say confirm your email address. So just look for that. And if you don't see it right away, just check your spam folder or give it a second. So copy this right here. And then you're going to go over and put it right here, copy, paste, and then verify. And then you'll choose your password. Just make sure that you follow the password rules and choose a strong one. I think it needs to be at least 10 characters. So as you're putting in your number, you'll see that it turns green. And then you'll confirm your password here. So just repeat it. Okay. And then you check this box here, and then you click save. And then that's it. You'll see, if you go over to your email, you'll see another email with the subject line, welcome to Net Capital, and give it a second. I'll see mine's here right away. So that's just your welcome email. Very nice. And then, well, that's the first stage. All done. Woo. Okay. So now that you have your account, you're all signed up and everything. Let's complete the setup of your account. So there's just a couple more things that you'll need to do before you're ready to invest. The SEC investment regulations require that investment portals like NetCapital just check a few things, all for your protection, before you may invest in us. The questions are super simple, so let's just get them answered right away. So go up here in the top right corner and you'll click your first name, and then you'll click on settings. This first field will say contact information. Some of the fields you already filled out so this should all be correct, but check it all and edit it if necessary. There will only be about 6 bits of information you need to complete here. Now, I'm in the US, and there might be slight differences in other countries, but it's still all very easy. So enter your address first, right here. Okay. I have a long address. New York, a zip code. All right. So, and then next you're going to enter your birthday. I'm not going to enter my real birthday because I don't want anyone to know how old I am. Okay, so next you'll put in your annual income. Just choose the right range from the drop down options, and then you'll put in your net worth. Again, just choose the right range. And then next you'll scroll down and click just confirm your citizenship, and then enter in your social security number. This isn't my real number, obviously. And again, just to be clear, we do not see this information at MAGFAST. The SEC requires NetCapital to check this with you. It's normal and it's a secure part of the process. You can ignore, click save. Yeah, click save right here. Okay, and then you'll scroll down and you can just ignore this second section, supporting documents. NetCapital will get in touch with you if they need any more information. And then you can change your password here if you want. I'm sure you've already picked a great password, but you can obviously change it at any time. And then you can set up two-factor here. We always recommend that you do that. It's very, very secure. It's a way to secure your account. And then, so that concludes that part. And then we'll get into funding your account so you can invest. There's two main ways that you can do this. So just go up and click your name again here, and then click on payment methods. So the first and the best way to fund your investment accounts is by connecting your bank account. This will be the quickest and easiest way to make your investment on the actual day. So set this up right away. Under bank accounts, you'll just click add account here. And remember, this is all safe. They're using Plaid, which is the super encrypted system that banks use to connect. You may well have seen it before. So you'll click continue here, and then you'll just choose your bank, and then you'll be directed to log into your bank account. It'll be the usual stuff your bank needs to log you in securely. I have one that I set up already, so I'll just show you what it looks like. But like that. So once you do it, you might need to refresh your page, and then your bank account should pop up like this. And then that's how you set up your bank account. Next, second way you can add funds to your account is set up a credit card or debit card. Even if you plan to invest another way, it's a great idea to have a card on file just in case. There is a small fee for using a card, but it's definitely worth having it on file as a backup. So we're still under payment methods. So then you'll see credit and debit cards. You click add card here, and then you'll just add your card information, just like when you're online shopping. So here's what it looks like. And then you'll click save card. And I already have one added, so you'll see what it looks like, just like this. And this is important. So last time we had a bunch of people miss out because their bank or credit card provider did not recognize the charge and they declined it. And we are sold out before they could get it fixed. So after adding your card, please call your bank or credit union, whoever, and let them know that you're planning to do an investment with Net Capital and to allow the transaction to go through. And then you should be all set. There's one more thing. So if you go to your dashboard, so if you go back up and click on your name and go to your dashboard or your home page, whatever. Yeah, dashboard. You'll see this thing called wallet. You see wallet balance right here. It's a way some people keep funds on standby for when they want to invest. It's great, but the only problem is that when you put funds in there, it can take a while for them to become available. And last time, unfortunately, we had some folks miss out because the funds took too long to arrive. So this is why we mainly recommend setting up your bank account and card in advance. And that's it. You're all signed up and ready to invest.